Hey guys, Boost Auto here, and in this video we're showing you how to install our patent pending S-Series cab lights to your 2020 through 2023 Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierra 2500 and 3500 trucks. Let's get into it. You're ready to boost up your truck style with Boost Auto's patent pending S-Series cab lights. Our cab lights aren't just any cab lights, they're built with pure quality and precision. So of course, they're gonna look way better on your truck than anything else out there. We put in years of research and some serious innovation to bring you the ultimate cab lights for your truck. And here's the kicker, we got not one, but two distinct styles for you to choose from. Take your pick from our OE style cab lights with improved forward face lenses and premium LED lights, or our jagged cab lights in our strip style. These cab lights were designed from ground up right here at Boost Auto, and they're a head turner for sure. Both styles come with unmatched customization. You can option these in our crisp white running light or our sleek amber running light to finish off the look of any build. You can also option for our jaw-dropping startup sequence that'll add personality to your build. And for the first time in the history of cab lights, we've developed groundbreaking technology specifically for our cab lights. Our S-Series module enables turn signal on our cab lights without the need for additional wires being run to them to add that function. This means no unnecessary wires, no unnecessary panel removals, and a no-fuss installation. Get them as standard flashing signal or option for the more premium sequential signal where the signal swipes instead of flashing. But here's the best part, both styles are available as switchback, so they'll fit right in with all the other awesome Boost Auto products on your truck. Couple things before we dive into the install. First, this video is for 2020 through 2023 Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierra 2500 and 3500 trucks that are equipped with factory cab lights. If your vehicle is a different year range, or if you're looking to retrofit the S-Series cab lights onto your vehicle that did not originally have cab lights, we have different install videos for them, so be sure to check out our YouTube channel. As always, to check Fitment availability and to purchase this or all other products Boost Auto has to offer for your truck, you can go to boostauto.com. And now the install. Let's first go through what's in your kit. Your cab light box will contain the cab lights along with the retaining clips and bolts. If you option for turn signal, you'll also receive our S-Series module, more of that later. And you get a supplementary components kit to hook up the S-Series module. For this install, you'll need the following tools. You can pause here to collect them, then let's get on with the install. Before you do anything else, if you have a sunroof on your truck, definitely roll that back all the way. Now we can disconnect the batteries. Go ahead and disconnect them at the negative terminal. To access the cab lights from inside, we'll have to lower the headliner. First, we'll detach the roof console. To do this, remove these two trim pieces. Next, we'll remove the two T15 screws that are deeper and laid and closer to the windshield. Go ahead and pry out the roof console. Disconnect the harnesses and set the roof console aside. Next, we'll work on the sun visor. Go ahead and extend the visor as shown here. Then remove the trim piece located at the base. The visor is being held to the roof by 3 T15 screws. Go ahead and remove them at this time. Next, at the sun visor's support, there's a T15 screw that goes through to the roof. Pry back on the tab at the rear of the support and remove the screw. Next, we'll remove the windshield pillar. We'll show how to do this on the passenger side. Begin by removing these two trim pieces. Underneath, go ahead and remove the bolts. They're both 10mm. With the bolts out, you can pull back on the pillar, then up to release the insert at the bottom of the pillar. Finally, on the passenger side, move to the B pillar located between the front and rear doors. First, remove these trim clips. Next, remove the 7mm bolt up top. Then remove the two 10mm bolts by the hand grab. Go ahead and pull back on the panel to detach it. Repeat everything up to this point on the driver's side. The steps as well as the tools used are identical to the passenger side. If you have a sunroof on your truck, go ahead and detach the front 3 trim clips. Then go ahead and detach the 4 side clips, 2 on each side. Now we can peel back on the weather stripping to release the headliner on both sides. And with that, you can see the headliner can be lowered enough to where you can access the cab lights. Let's first remove the driver's side or left-hand light. Locate the bolt for this light. Be sure to locate the correct one, as the bolt for the antenna will be located close to this one. The bolt and retainer we're interested in is the one farthest out. Go ahead and first disconnect the cab light connectors. All cab light connectors are identical. Here's a view of it from the other side. You'll have to first pull on the red locking tab and press on the connector tab to disconnect. Then remove the bolt and retainer attached to the cab light. Press on the side tabs and push the cab light out. Here's a clearer view of the side tabs you'll have to depress to release the light. Next, we'll work on removing the center cab light. It's being held in place by 3 bolts underneath. Go ahead and first disconnect the cab light connector. Then remove the 3 bolts of 3 retainers attached to the center cab light. Same as before, press on the tabs at the 3 locations and push the center cab light out. Finally, let's work on removing the passenger side or right-hand cab light. Locate the bolt and retainer inside, then disconnect the cab light connector. Remove the bolt and retainer, then press in the side tabs to release the right-hand cab light. Now we're ready to install Boost Auto's S-Series cab lights to our vehicle. Before you install your S-Series cab lights, be sure to give the surface of your vehicle a good wipe down, using your preferred exterior vehicle cleaner to get rid of any dirt buildup or adhesive from your previous cab lights. Our patent pending design creates a superior seal without the need for additional sealants. We use closed cell foam to create a thicker gasket, going beyond the OE design, eliminating any chance of moisture intrusion. The thicker gasket allows more pressure at contact, leading to a better seal against the outside elements. It's important to note here that the retaining clips are directional, meaning they will only mount to the cab light post in one direction. The open slot on the retaining clip will line up to the post of the cab light where it's keyed. It can only slide on in the correct orientation. The bolts go through the retaining clips into the cab lights post like so. Also, the retaining clips are single time use, so make sure to use the clips provided by Boost Auto and to only tighten them once. With that out of the way, let's start by mounting the right hand or passenger side cab light labeled RH. Feed the cab light harness through from the outside. Inside of the cab, secure the light with a retainer and a bolt. Firmly tighten down the cab light bolt to ensure a weather-tight seal. Then connect the cab light connector to the factory harness. Here's a view of the connector from the other side. Be sure to press in until it clips and slide down the red locking tab. Our improved gasket design makes full contact with the surface. Please make sure all the lights are tightened to the same degree. Next, we'll install the center cab light. Go ahead and guide the harness through from the top and align the cab light pillars. Then install the retaining clip and bolt at all the posts. Remember, firmly tighten down the cab light bolt to ensure a weather-tight seal. Install the cab light connector to the factory harness. Up next, we'll install the left-hand or driver's side cab light. The retaining clip will install to the cab light post like so. Go ahead and feed the cab light harness through from the top and line up the cab light post. Then install a retaining clip and a bolt to the post. Finally, install the cab light connector to the factory harness. With the cab lights mounted to our vehicle, we can continue by reassembling our headliner. Go ahead and push up on the clips if your vehicle has a sunroof. Then, tuck the headliner under the weather stripping both on the driver's side and on the passenger side. With that, we'll show you the reassembly process starting on the passenger side. Go ahead and snap on the B pillar and make sure it's tucked under the weather stripping. Then install the 7mm bolt up top and the two 10mm bolts at the grab. Install the trim pieces, then let's move on to the roof console. For the roof console, reconnect all the harness connectors to the console. With that done, you can go ahead and snap the roof console in place. Go ahead and install the two T15 screws and snap the trim piece in after that. Next, install the screw at the sun visor's support. Then we'll install the 3 screws at the base of the sun visor. Slide the trim piece at the base and snap it into place. Next, install the windshield pillar by guiding the bottom down first, then snapping the rest of the clips into place. Install the bolts at the grab, then snap the trim pieces into place. On the driver's side, reinstall all the components in the same way. Hey, if you got our plug and play option equipped with running light only without turn signal, your install is complete and you can skip the next section and go to reconnecting your batteries. However, if you opt for turn signal, you will also have to install our S-Series module to enable all the lighting features. We'll break that down for you up next. To install the S-Series module, you'll first have to remove these 2 trim panels on the passenger side. For this smaller trim piece, you can simply pull upward. Then pry up on the kick panel to release the floor clips and pull on the panel to release the final clips. Locate the large connector behind the kick panel. To disconnect the connector, first pry out the black locking tab, then swing the white latch up. For a better view of the pin location, go ahead and remove the connector plate, which in our video is yellow. There's a zip tie as well as 4 tabs that are holding it in place. For better access to the wires, go ahead and cut back some of the tape on the harness. Next, bring your S-Series module over. This side is our input side with a 2-pin connector for power and ground and a 4-pin connector for running light and left and right turn signal. This side is the output side. The blue wire will intercept the output to the cab lights. The black wire is not needed for this application, so go ahead and tape that out of the way. First, let's intercept the output to the cab lights. Locate pin 14 with the white latch back down. Pin 14 is on the second row in the second slot from the left. Giving yourself ample room on both sides of the wire, go ahead and cut it. You want to make sure the connector cover can comfortably be reinstalled later. Then strip both ends of the wire. Next, bring the S-Series module over. Crimp down the blue output to the wire that's going towards the harness. It's critical that this is installed on the correct side of the wire. To the wire going to the connector, start off by connecting one of the butt connector from your kit to it. We'll come right back to this wire, but first get the harness from your kit with the 4-pin connector at the end. This harness will connect to running light, as well as left and right turn signal. The orange wire is for running light. We're going to connect the wire to the butt connector we just installed. Since the S-Series module and the connector we're working on are both going to remain on the passenger side, we can cut the orange wire pretty short. Go ahead and strip the end of the orange wire and connect it to the butt connector. Next, we'll route the 2 remaining wires, the red and green and the red and blue, over to the driver's side. Take the wires to a flattened out metal piece and route it behind the center console. Locate the BCM or body control module under the dash by the pedals. Disconnect the black and brown connectors. Let's first work on the black connector. Go ahead and peel back some of the tape on the harness, then tap to pin 3. With the connector tab pointing up, pin 3 is on the top row and the 3rd slot from the left. If you have 2 wires present at this slot, either wire will work for tapping. Go ahead and use one of our red T-taps from your kit and tap at this location. Make sure the T-tap slides in all the way and clicks into place. In the same way, on the brown connector, tap to pin 2. With the connector tab pointing up, pin 2 is on the first row and the second slot from the left. Next, we'll cut to length, the 2 wires that we had sent from the passenger side. Measure out the length required and cut any excess. Go ahead and strip the ends of these wires and connect each with the spade connector from your kit. Awesome. Pay close attention to the next part. For left-hand signal, we'll take the red and blue wire from our harness and connect it to the T-tap on the brown connector. And for the right hand, we'll take the red and green wire from our harness and connect it to the black connector. Go ahead and reconnect the black and brown connectors. Then we can tuck the harness out of the way. Let's head back to the passenger side to continue with the wiring. The 4-pin connector from the harness can now be connected directly to the S-Series module. Up next, we'll tap for power and ground. For power, tap to pin 2. With the white latch facing down, pin 2 is on the first row and the second slot from the left. Go ahead and tap with one of the red T-taps. Next, locate and tap to pin 45. This is going to be the 4th row from the bottom and the 3rd slot from the left. Again, tap here using a red T-tap from your kit. Up next, bring the second harness from the kit over. This will have a red wire and a black wire with a 2-pin connector at one end. Since the wires are going directly from the connector to the module, we can measure and cut to length. If your wiring kit includes an inline fuse, it will have to be installed to the red power wire from your harness. Here's how you do that. After you have cut the red wire to length, strip the insulation and crimp down the butt connector end of the inline fuse to the red wire. Your kit will already have an eyelet and spade connector that will connect to the other end of the inline fuse depending on your application. For our application, we're going to be using the spade connector. Go ahead and crimp it to the inline fuse. If your kit does not come with an inline fuse, you can install spade connectors directly to the red power wire and the black ground wire. Just strip the ends of the wire and crimp down the spade connectors. Back at the connector, connect the red wire from the harness to pin 2 for power. And in the same way, connect the black wire to pin 45 for ground. Finally, connect the 2-pin connector to your S-Series module. Heat shrink the butt connectors, then bring the connector cover plate over. Go ahead and install it at the 4 tabs. You can also secure the bundle wires at the base of the plate too. Up next, with the white latch swung up, slide the connector into position. Then swing the white latch down and press in the black locking tab. Secure your S-Series module on this side here. Then route any excess from the harness out of the way and out of sight. Go ahead and reinstall the trim panel. Then finally, reinstall the batteries to complete your installation. Congrats on the upgrade. Hey, thanks for choosing Boost Auto for your aftermarket accessory needs. The S-Series cab lights featured in this video can be purchased on our website at boostauto.com. We also offer a wide range of products, parts, and accessories for your trucks and SUVs. So subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you can be the first to know about the latest product releases and watch other videos you'll find interesting. That's all for now. Catch you in the next one.